Hi, coach. I love your parenting tips. I'm becoming a father next year. Any tips for when the kid is an infant slash toddler? Question mark. That's from Brandon. Brandon, that's great news, man. Congratulations. I would tell you when a child is really really young. Like I'll tell you what I did with my kids. I would never tell them no. I would never discipline them. I used to tell my wife the first 2 years, I'm not gonna discipline him. Okay. I know it sounds kind of weird. Okay, but I learned it from a great trainer. His name is Learberg. Fantastic trainer. Learberg didn't train humans. No, he trained the dogs. Okay, and he trained them in Shih Tzu. And I got to tell you, he's a fascinating trainer. He's arguably the greatest dog trainer in history. And he would say, look, he doesn't discipline the young pup. Why? Because if he disciplines the young pup, he can break his spirit. And you might think that sounds ridiculous, but believe me, if you see this man how he trains dogs, it will blow your mind. Like the dog is like a robot. Learberg gives a command and the dog obeys. It's incredible how much control he has over his dogs. Okay, it's insane. And if you're not familiar with the sport of Shih Tzu, it's the greatest dog competition ever. Like the dogs have to be able to climb a wall. They have to be able to jump, catch, fetch. Like it's insane amount of ability the dogs will demonstrate. And he says, look, if I take a young pup and I train him, I need him to believe he's a champion. I need him to believe he's the alpha dog. He's the best. He's unbreakable. He says, I'm going to discipline him later. So the first 2 years, I just let him grow up and I never correct him. He could pee on the rug. He can rip up the couch. I'll never say no to him. I'll never correct him. And he says, because then he thinks he's the alpha dog. He realizes, hey, you know what? I'm first place. I'm the first. Don't forget, dogs are pack animals, right? What's my rank? Number one. He's tasted the championship life. He's tasted like, what's it like to be number one? If he's born and you discipline him and you teach him he's number two, he's number three, he's number four, hey, he's on the bottom of the totem pole, well, then he's like, hey, you know what? This is my life. You know, I can't achieve anything. I don't have this drive. Okay, he talks about drive. The animal has to think he's number one. He has to have tasted what it's like to be at the top of the pack. Why? Because then when you take it away from him, he wants that feeling again. He has a North Star, so to speak. He wants to be like he used to, where he could do what he wants. Because don't forget, dogs, the higher rank you are, the more you eat, the more you enjoy, the more resources you get, right? They go by hierarchy, dogs. The alpha male eats the most, then it's the second male, the third male. Who's going to have the right to which female? Well, the top dog always gets the female, his first pick, etc. So they think this way, right? That's the way they think. But human beings are part animal as well. And I feel like I've met people in my life that they're very subordinate, always, their entire life. Like they follow the rules. They don't want to upset whoever's in charge. Like they're so corporate. They fit perfectly in the corporate system. Why? I follow the rules. I follow the rules. I follow the rules. They never deviate. They never rebel. We saw it with the 1948, the COVID 1948. COVID 1948. I don't know if I'm allowed to even say that word. But guys, look how many I got raided by the police. I got fines. I got court dates. I got all sorts of stuff. They wanted to punish me. They wanted to punish me. Even YouTube flagged me. Even YouTube took out my videos because I said something. They kept trying to punish me. I still rebel. You want that in a person, I think. I think you want that in a person. I think because you know what? They don't let people step on them. Now, I like to follow the rules. Of course I like to follow the rules. I believe in law and order. I totally believe in that. I think it's the most important thing. However, sometimes those who govern step out of bounds, and we got to be ready. We got to be ready to stand up and put them back in their place. There's a relationship there. Okay, so I'm not anti-law, not at all. I'm pro-law, 100%. Always obey the law. Be a law-abiding citizen. However, you got to have that. If you push me too far, I'll rebel in you. And you can lose that at a very young age, is what I'm trying to say. Don't over-discipline your children at a young age. As they grow older, they can handle more responsibility and more discipline.